So food was good for the most part. Like they make really great like baked goods. Their bread is like super sweet. Spaghetti in the Philippines is also sweet, which is really gross. They put like, it's just weird because it's sweet. It just tastes sweet. I don't know. It's like weird when you eat it because it looks like spaghetti, but it's not. They put cheese, so they don't have like dairy products over there. They have like milk that comes from Alaska, like that's on the shelf, so it's like warm. So we didn't really have we didn't eat dairy over there. But they have like this thing called Eden cheese, which is supposed to be like cheese, but it's gross. But they put it in everything, like even like dessert and stuff, they put the Eden cheese in it. So there were just different things to get used to. Obviously, if anyone's ever heard of the Philippines, they've heard of balut, which is like the little egg that's been fertilized partially and then made to eat. And I never ate that because, let's be honest here, that's disgusting. They have something called dinuguan. I don't know what it's called in Tagalog, but that's what it's called in Ilonggo. And it's blood soup. And I remember in my last area, I had somehow avoided it my whole mission. I guess in my second area, but it had looked differently. And so in my last area, I was there with one of like my really great friends, Elder Martinez. And I had put some on my plate, and he was like, you know what that is, right? I was like, I don't know. It looks good. He was like, that's dinuguan. That's the blood soup. Like, you don't want to eat that. That's gross. So I was like, oh my goodness. But it was like at a party. And so I was like, okay, like I don't know what to do with it now. So I just gave it to one of the youth. But yeah, so the food is pretty good. Filipinos love to feed you. It's a huge cultural thing. If you come into their house, they want to give you like a snack or to feed you. I think it's partly because food is not always readily available to them. And so if you're fat, that's like a good thing. And so they'll always be like, oh, sister, you look like you got fat. Oh, thanks. Like, that's not good for an American to hear, but thanks. So anytime like I email them now or like Facebook message them or Skype them, I do not Skype Filipinos anymore because I was like, sister, you got so fat. Like, thanks. I know that's a compliment for you, but it's really not for me. Like, thanks. So yeah, Filipinos are very kind. I remember on the airplane coming home, we had just made it to, I don't remember what airport we landed in at first, in America when we finally got back to America. And one of the elders who was coming home with me from a different mission, but we had all kind of like grouped together, he was putting his bag in the overhead bin, and a woman was like, excuse me, you're in my way. But it was like the rudest thing, and I was like, did that really just happen? I was like, what the heck? And so I told one of the elders in Ilonggo, I was like, that lady was so rude. I was like, I don't think I can handle America right now. Because in the Philippines, there's not confrontation. Like, they're very kind and very, like, if there's a problem, they just kind of ignore it. Like, even if they're yelling, because our language is so beautiful and it's very tonal, like, you don't feel like they're yelling at you. So, yeah, it's a lot more peaceful and kind. Kind is just like the word I can use to describe them. And they're very touchy-feely, which I grew up very much like giving people hugs and touching. But it's weird at first because they'll like touch your stomach and they'll touch your face. And I have blonde hair, and so they were like putting their hands through my hair. And at first it was like, okay, everyone, like stop touching me. But after a while, it got to be more familiar. So when I got home, I was accidentally like in people's bubbles all the time. They're like, okay, step back. Because Filipinos are just very close. And if there's a joke that we used to always tell, like if there was a 50-foot bench and 3 Filipinos, you would find them all in the middle, scrunched together, just because they love to be together. And so I loved it. The culture was my favorite part. And because I'd lived on a boat before, I was used to different cultures and being around different kind of people. And it was always segregated. I was always segregated for being so white or having blonde hair. In the Philippines, they love it. In the Philippines, I felt like a princess, and they would always call me Barbie, and they want to take pictures with me. So I like had so much confidence coming home because every day on the street I would hear, "Oh, guapa," like, "Oh, beautiful," like, "Hi, beautiful." So when I came home and I was like, "Oh, I forgot what it was like to not be beautiful. Like, oh, okay, I'm just average in America. But in the Philippines, they loved me. So it was definitely a confidence booster, feeling so accepted by them, even though I was so different and I couldn't speak their language. They loved me anyways. And it was very Christ-like, the way that Filipinos interact with each other and with others. I mean, you'll find, especially in Manila, like people that will take advantage of Americans because they don't speak the language and they'll charge them too much, or whatever. But overall, in general, Filipinos are very kind and very accepting of everyone, even people that have like deformities of their faces or they're different. I don't know. It's very accepting and it's wonderful.